Welcome to 1 Minute Message with the Cracked Door Foundation, and today, like we do each Thursday, we have Coffee Shop Conversations, and we're dealing with the end times. And last week we just had a very special session where we just kind of gave an overview of what happens at the end of time. We went to the book of Daniel, right around Daniel chapter 11, and we went to the end of Daniel chapter 11 and we discussed what happens when the Antichrist is in his final move in that big world war at the end of time. And it talks about the lands of Egypt, Libya, and Ethiopia giving him access to their wealth. Then we went to the book of Isaiah chapter 19, which we talked about last week, and we talked about the land of Egypt and what God's plan is for them, or what his prophecy is, and how it talks about the Arab Spring. It talks about the new president who's coming in, or prime minister. It talks about what's going to happen to the economy after. It talks about their relationship with Israel, and what's going to eventually happen to them is that they're eventually going to have to cry out to God. And then one of the things we started dealing with is the end of time and what happens with the mark of the beast, and the fact that one of the scriptures in the book of Revelations talks about those who didn't take the mark of the beast having their heads cut off. And one of the funny things we look at is when we look around the globe, there is only one particular religion and one particular culture that still indulges in the cutting off of appendages. They like to cut off hands and cut this off, cut off feet. And many times, if you go to certain countries, there's a particular religious persuasion that likes to take machetes and go cutting people's heads off. Who are they? I'll tell you something that's interesting. When the Bible talks about the mark of the beast, 666, it says that people who have wisdom will understand what that name means. And we did some research, and one of the things we learned in that research is that the mark of the beast actually can be translated into something called the Latin Kingdom, which deals with the revived Roman Empire. And what's interesting also is the capital of Rome was once Constantinople, and Constantinople is actually Istanbul, Turkey. And Istanbul, Turkey is in the middle of a country that's very, very, very religious. What religion do you think is the religion that dominates in Turkey? And last but not least, the message to the 7 churches. If you read the book of Revelation, the first couple chapters, the message to the 7 churches, look on a map, an old school Bible map, and see where those 7 churches were located. They were located in the land of Turkey. So there's something about the Muslim, Christian, and the Muslim-Jew relationship which sets things up for the end time. There is one particular religion that completely detests Christians and completely detests Jews and will gladly take up the mantle to go persecute them. And it's already happening in many countries in the East. It's happening in Africa, it's happening in Turkey, it's happening even in India, where they're burning churches and they're going after the Christians. It even happened a little bit in Syria also, with a pastor who just got arrested the other day. So think about that. The end of time is coming, and the Lord is preparing the church to handle the persecution that's coming. And also, there's a particular group of people that are also being prepared to carry out the persecution. Pay attention. Coffee Shop Conversations every Thursday night, downtown Atlanta. Check us out for more information. And the book, Revelation Unplugged, where we've been studying the book of Revelation. Thank you.